Oh, good morning,
Morning.
Bill.
Morning.
I didn't expect you this morning.
Oh, really?
I I think I must have misunderstood your email.
Okay. Um,
I'm delighted to see you.
okay.
How are things over there this morning?
They're fine. A little
Good.
chillier than they have been, but,
Yes.
uh,
It, at least there's no snow.
yes, at least there's no snow. Uh, I think the last vestige is gone over here.
Yep, pretty much is here too.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe everyone will be here today.
Oh, it was Bill Bynum who wasn't going to make it today.
Oh, guess I missed which bill it was.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he said he had company from Connecticut.
Yes. Yes. And why should that interfere with class? uh,
Making them breakfast.
could very well be. uh, well, that's nice. I'm glad he has company from Connecticut.
Have you heard anything about Joanne's husband and the operation? And
Oh, actually, I think it went well.
oh, okay,
And as far as I know, he's been recovering pretty well. She's expects to be on Zoom today,
yeah, yeah,
so we'll get a report.
okay,
Um, I know he has a doctor's visit tomorrow morning that she won't be in the meditation class.
mm,
But no, she's I think he's doing pretty well. Last I heard,
good.
and my other my other husband. Did you know Carol Glode?
No.
Oh, she's in the meditation class. Um, a month or 6 weeks ago, uh, discovered her husband with quite serious cancer,
Ooh,
and he's going through very strong chemotherapy, apparently, that's debilitating, but hopefully will help.
yeah, yeah.
So, last I heard, he was doing okay. Well, come on, guys.
I see you are without your second camera.
Yes, it's disappeared again this morning. I had no idea till I started. Uh, it's been staying longer, but I don't know what happened there. We didn't have an update yesterday, so that's usually what does it. But
Hmm.
um, I don't know. I've pretty much given up on it.
Yeah.
If it didn't come back, I would really pursue it. But usually within a day or two, it's back now. Ah,
Ah,
good
okay.
morning, Joanne.
Good
Morning,
morning,
Joanne.
everybody.
Good morning.
Didn't think I'd make it,
Morning.
but here I am.
Good for you. Good morning, Carol. Mr.
Hi.
Bynum will not be with us today.
Right, I did see that. Yep.
Yeah.
I seen it.
How's Rick doing, Joanne?
Yeah. Well, he's coming home tomorrow, so
Uh-huh.
that's
Wonderful.
good. Yeah, he took a spill yesterday.
Ah,
He
whoops.
was not walking with his walker, but he was in the room and I mean, he was even confused about what happened, but luckily there were two CNA students in the room. He leaned over a little because he's still, and he kind of fell into the wall. Luckily, there was a wall there and went down on one knee. And they called the nurse immediately and she, checked everything. He was fine. But that just means Britt coming home needs to be a lot more cautious.
Yeah.
And so, kind of, the occupational therapist will come and analyze everything and yada, yada, yada. So, it's
Yeah.
just so now we're like in high gear of kind of we didn't think it would be quite that soon for a while. It was like delay, delay, delay. Thought it was Saturday. Now it's Friday. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's an enormous amount of problems, and we're now up to 8 doctor's appointments in the next 4 weeks. So,
Only,
that's
well,
overwhelming.
yeah, absolutely.
Overwhelming. overwhelming. So, dermatologist, surgeon, oncologist, infectious disease, GI, etc. Like the whole
Yeah.
body. You name it. And there should be a hearing aid person in there. So we'll get to that.
That's probably towards the bottom of the list.
Yeah, except the dementia part well, it's not really dementia, but he's still extremely confused.
Oh,
And his memory is very bad, and his spatial memory is very bad. They said because there's a memory specialist there who's been testing him. And so the hearing could actually help with some of that, right? Like we don't know what he's not getting. I mean, he normally wears hearing aids, but the first indication we had that something was wrong was that he had some swelling that meant that he couldn't get the hearing aid into the ear. He says there's still a little swelling there, although the surgeon didn't think it was connected to melanoma. She said, because melanoma doesn't come and go.
huh.
It comes, and you have to get rid of it, right? It's not like it doesn't create swelling in the body. So, okay, what is creating the swelling in the body then? And sometimes, as we all know, you're looking into one problem and you find another. So that may be the case, right? But luckily, we found the melanoma because of something else. But now we need to figure out what's the something else.
Yeah.
Tis a mystery. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Points out how much we don't know about the human body.
yeah.
Well, right. When he had to have the aneurysm surgery 25 years ago, the brain doctor, who was like one of the best at Yale, which means one of the best in the country, said, well, when it comes to the brain, we're still in the dark ages. And now, 25 years later, they would not have even done the surgery the way they did it 25 years ago. I mean, they literally took the top of his skull off and went in and clipped the aneurysm. Now they would do it all,
up through his nose or something.
Up through, yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, you're right. We just don't, there's so much we don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but moving on. Yep.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Let's let that sit over there for a while.
Right.
Yeah, I don't need to think about that. That's why I'm here, to not have to think about it.
Well, I'm sorry to ask the question then.
No. That's fine, but I can put it away. No, I know people, you want to know. People are concerned.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Okay. Take a breath.
Take a breath. No ting, David.
Well, I did the thing.
The thing, but we got no ting.
It says it's on. I don't.
Don't worry about it. They lie. Some people lie.
It might be just the pitch that it doesn't recognize.
I don't know.
Okay.
So, questions? I'm sure the amount of practice has been mixed.
Well, mine has been very low this week. Yeah, because every day was a little bit of crisis.
Only a little.
A little. Ay.
So, Bill or Carol, anything for you?
Low with me for different reasons, but I did read the notes. I didn't get a chance even to look at the video from last week. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I think I read over the notes, but I have,
That's how I remember.
and I have been practicing most days, but I certainly can't say that I've come. No breakthroughs or really fantastic practices. Just kind of
Maintenance.
Maintenance, yeah.
Well, that's not bad. Sometimes that's just what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
We do what we can. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. So we're going to do a practice this morning, working on trying to clarify the recognition of the lower and middle dantians and also going into the energy beyond. And so I'm going to have you just um, do just movement two. And a couple of things I would say, because we're only going to do movement two, don't make it too big or sink too deeply so that you don't wear yourself out. And don't face the camera. Or, but I mean, not the camera. Well, yes, but not your computer, so that you aren't distracted by that visual. Um, and so stand up. So stepping out into your basic structure. Breathing. Let your longevity breathing establish from this moment. Just allow yourself to become as present and centered as you can. Be sure your mind is inside your body so that you begin to feel. And gently begin movement two. You want to use reverse breathing with this movement. And start getting the energy of the lower dantian to move up your central channel to your middle dantian. And as your arms begin to bend, take the energy from your middle dantian down to your lower dantian. Now, when you get down to your lower dantian next time, hold the energy there for a little bit as your arms keep moving. And then when there's a natural feeling that like it wants to rise, raise it up to your heart center and hold it there for a bit. But don't stop your movement. And so we're doing this so that you have a very clear sensation. What is your lower dantian? And what is your middle dantian? And what is your central channel? And now I want you to do something else. I want you to just recognize that every single time your hands extend, I want you now to try and have your energy field, or at least your awareness, go past the boundary of your etheric body. Which is generated by your second energy body, coming from your lower dantian. I want you to start going beyond your etheric body. As your arms extend, you go beyond it. And as your arms start bending, you take the energy from what is beyond it to the boundary of your etheric body. We want you to grow that boundary so you have some room to play with. What is your emotional body? Now we have an essential question. What is the relationship between your first energy body, or your flesh, and your etheric body? These movements are clearing, but obviously the physical body's going into the etheric body, and the etheric body is going into the physical body. I want you to visually, from your personal experience, get what that is. And now open up your emotional body, which is a distance from your etheric boundary. And again, don't try and push it very far, even if it's only an inch, or maybe it's a couple of feet, I don't know, case by case. But do it to where you can have your mind remain relaxed while you do it. Ask yourself the question, what is the relationship between these three bodies? And keep in mind, they're all you. It isn't like your emotional body belongs to George and your physical body belongs to Mary and your etheric body belongs to somebody else down the street. These are all part of you. And yet there is something both different and the same about them. So this is what you want to start noticing. Many of the techniques for developing the lower dantian and the etheric body are always about the lower dantian being in the middle of your body. and that there is as much below as there is above it. But if you look at where the heart center is, there's less above and more below. But in terms of your consciousness, the boundaries are arbitrary. In terms of your physicality, they're very definite. But in terms of your consciousness and your emotions, they don't mean much. Where are your emotions located? Is it in your leg or your ear? Where is an emotion located? So now taking the center of your middle dantian, start to practice opening and closing. And that having the energy from your middle dantian emit outward to your fingertips and above your head and downward from your heart to your feet. And then you're bringing your energy from your feet to your heart. You have your energy go from your heart to your feet. You have it go from your heart to your fingertips and the crown of your head, your fingertips to your heart. And by doing this, you start having energy accumulate in the heart center. And as we did before, let your heart center begin to expand your field from the boundary of your etheric body above you, below you, to the sides of you, and back of you. So as your arms extend out, you extend out. And as your arms come in, you bring the energy from that boundary into the boundary of your etheric body. It doesn't matter if in the beginning you can only do this for an inch, a foot, or 2 feet, or 10 feet. Because the fact of the matter is that you are energetically capable of having this go out billions and billions of miles. The trick is to get stable in that sense of moving between your second and third energy body. Now, if at the moment you have an emotion that for some reason has been rather strong in you for the last day or two, you can think about that emotion, but at the level of the energy of the body. All emotions are the same. It just, they have a tendency to focus depending on what glands and neurotransmitters and other things get involved. So follow that emotion as it goes from the boundary of your etheric body into your emotional body, to wherever you're able to get to the boundary at the moment. And then back into your etheric body. And follow how the effect is causing your heart center to open and close. So when that energy comes in, your heart center closes. When it opens, you go past the boundary. But be aware when I say close, that I'm talking about condensing, not contracting. At no point in this do you want your middle dantian to have this sense of contraction. If you have a particular emotion, go ahead and bring it in and bring it out. The biggest two things you're looking for is a sense of your middle dantian opening when you open the field into the emotional body, and the middle dantian condensing as you bring the field of the emotional body into the field of the etheric body. What you're looking for is smoothness and ease. There's no need to have great dramatic experiences. If you get them, fine. If you keep on opening and closing, the dramatic experiences will become very smooth and very easy. There are many kinds of energetic practices, but Lao Tzu's method of Qigong does not involve deliberately engaging catharsis. Many other traditions deliberately, when they're talking about the heart, try and induce catharsis to arrive at what the pure energy of the heart is. The next time your arms come down, just let them relax to your sides. Just stand and feel for a little bit. You can sit whenever you wish. The one energy body will affect the other one. And as you start getting more control of your energy bodies, it will be self-evident. Lots of things you want to do and what makes sense to have one affect the other in whatever way will become clearer. Do keep in mind that for a lot of people, their emotions are more real than the physical bodies. So there's nothing unnatural about that. And most people recognize they have emotions, but very few recognize what is actually happening when they're having emotion. And this practice in God's plane in the clouds will help bring about that realization for you. I know that was a lot, to say the least. But what what happened for you?
As as you were talking about bringing the energy to the lower dantian and then to the middle dantian, after several times around, I felt an expansion
Mhm.
in those places that I was focusing on. And throughout the whole thing, I mean, by the end, my fingers were hot. They were really hot. My lower body was beginning to feel different. I mean, my legs in particular, but my fingers and my face at one point got very, I really feel the energy.
Mhm.
I have a hard time. I can feel the energy, but I have a hard time thinking about it in like an inch. I kind of, kind of like that measurement stuff. I mean, at some point, I kind of felt like the room filling with my energy. I mean, I'm in a 10-foot wide room, and kind of that. I was in a kind of a 10 by 10 space, or thinking of it that way, and it kind of felt like that, right?
Mhm.
Um, in that way.
Could you feel any
It
difference?
also,
Oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
No, I wondered if you felt any difference between the energy fields, the energy bodies.
Well, yeah, yes and no. My mind, I know this isn't the way it is, but in my mind, it feels like it's physical, emotional, etheric. I mean, that's more my logic of kind of like, well, like the body is connected to the emotion, and that would be the next, right? So some of it is kind of trying to shut off that thinking, um, to get to that, feeling that more.
Hmm.
But I was aware that I was thinking about it in that way. I hadn't had that understand. I hadn't had that before. So,
Have you always felt like the second energy field was emotional?
well, I've always felt. I think I don't know if I thought of it in those terms, but certainly feeling the connection between the physical and the emotional.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So I
there
think
is a connection.
that's
Yeah.
kind of where it comes. I also kind of feel. I do feel my etheric body, and sometimes I feel that's expanded,
Mm-hmm.
expansive, and sometimes I feel like it's not so expansive, and that
Right.
does relate to my emotional body. Kind of emotionally, how do I feel? And sometimes people say it. I mean, I had a woman once say, oh my God, sorry to interrupt you, but I can really feel your aura. And that kind of
Yeah.
threw me, you know. But she was an Indian woman. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
that she'd be in tune to that anyway, I think, through her own practices.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, I do feel aware of that, but not in terms of kind of thinking about where it is.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
that it's out there. Like, so that's where the inch or the mile of the billions. Kind of not been in my thinking or awareness even.
yeah, good. Bill or Carol?
Yeah, I had a good amount of energy going. I didn't have much difficulty distinguishing between lower and middle. Um, I, like Joanne, I had a bunch of energy, more than usual, in my torso, upper torso. um, through my head,
Mhm.
certainly down to my knees. Below that came and went. Um, uh, and the hands, my goodness, felt like I had, oh, I don't know, 6 inches to a foot. For me, that's a little bit more than usual of energy sensation of
Hmm.
the etheric body. Um, I too have trouble with inches, feet, the word boundary. um, so that when you talked about the boundary between the etheric and emotional, I struggled with that, and then I just gave up on that and thought about my emotions, and that helped get the sense of the emotions moving back and forth. I don't know whether that happened very clearly, but I think I started toward the end of that phase of
Yeah,
realizing something. I
that,
don't have, Joanne, you said you could feel your etheric body, as filling up a room. I never get close to that. I'm just happy that at this point I'm feeling it, clearly around my limbs and torso,
yeah,
and and the energy moving. So
that's a good start.
yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Beginning to really distinguish the different energy bodies is not easy. It's very difficult. Um, and so this is really a first step of trying to begin to be aware of that distinction. One of the reasons we haven't really talked very much about the emotional body before is because you really need to have some clarity about the etheric body before you can distinguish the emotional as something separate or
Mhm.
beyond. But always remembering that they're moving in both directions. Not only is the emotional body going out,
Yeah.
but it's also coming back in, obviously. It's
I would say that, obviously the physical body, you have to have a sense of physical nature of
yeah,
things, and the etheric body is, pretty well connected to that, at least at the
yep,
inside. Um, but my perception of the emotional body or any other body, beyond that, is not spatial. Um, I mean, it's not a sense of physical space outside the etheric body necessarily, but maybe that's because I still haven't developed the, the the distinction between etheric and emotional. Yeah.
yeah, that will grow. I think it may be a little unfortunate that we use the term boundary
Mm.
Mhm.
because it sort of says end.
Yeah.
and
Right.
and
Okay.
all of this is constantly changing and growing and condensing, and um, so it's not the etheric body always has this boundary, um, because the energy, the emotional energy and the mental energy and the others all also come back in. So um, it's a very amorphous boundary, if you will. It's very penetratable. So not being, I mean, in a way, having used uh, the words inch and feet and miles is somewhat unfortunate in a way because we think of that in real definite amounts. And we're talking about something that's not that easily defined, nor that certainly not that easily or ever limited. It changes all the time.
Well, it's interesting to say boundary because I think, or this conversation, because I think when I was saying I kind of felt like I filled the room, but the room is also full of plants. So to me, that was the boundary, right? And I did feel the energy coming back and forth, my energy, but also there's an energy from the plants, right? I just have a lot of,
Yep.
Yeah.
there's 20 live plants in here surrounding me and 2 cats, you know,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
feeling the plants, I wasn't paying attention to the cat. But wondering how different would that be if I was in an open field? What would you feel if there are literally no other boundaries around you, right? There's no grove of trees or plants in your room or whatever. Yeah.
I think when we get to a point where you might try this practice outside,
Yeah.
the experience may be quite different.
Different. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Carol?
Well, the part that was most meaningful to me was the looking at an emotion or feeling an emotion that had been going on for a while and condensing it in the middle dantian and then sending it out
Mm-hmm.
and bringing it in and that somewhat started to smooth out that emotion.
Uh-huh. Good.
It's got a long way to go, but
But it, good and important that you could feel the beginning of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the earlier part, again, my sense of the lower dantian is limited, and so when you talk about being really clear, well, it's not there. It's not really clear. It's never been really clear. I don't expect it ever to be really clear. So I can ignore. It's like you asking me to sing opera. Come on. I'm not sure I can carry a tune.
I won't ask you to
However,
sing opera.
however, by the time it got to that using the emotion that possibly is limiting what I can feel,
Mhm.
that connected for me.
Yeah. It could be very useful for all of us, actually. Yeah. I was going to say about the lower dantian that I don't know that I've ever said it this way before, but sometimes we think that we have to feel the lower dantian, which we don't. If we don't, we don't. But it's not just a point.
No.
It's actually a sphere of energy. And so one may never feel it as just a point, but as an area in the afternoon. We're all different. We don't all feel exactly the same thing, and we don't have to.
Carol, do you feel the energy in your middle dantian though?
Do I?
No, Carol.
Oh,
Um, I guess I want to say more so. When we were earlier doing the adding the solar plexus cavity to the lower dantian, it was stronger, and so that's kind of halfway up.
yeah. Well, clearly this is something that has to be practiced in order to be ultimately really effective and felt. It's and as I said, it's not easy. I grant you that. But I throw it out to you to play with. And I hope you have fun playing with it. Find it useful. Any last minute thoughts or questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good week, everyone.
Yes.
And good luck with Rick. Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Yes.
Thanks. I just have to say I can't stay too long because of having gotten up this morning too early to get Warby Sisters League work done before this. The website was down. So of the three things I needed to get done, I needed that website for all of them.
Is it back?
It is back. It got back about 12 minutes before I got the text from our other staff person that it came back. So but I couldn't get into the store. I couldn't get onto the website. I had two things I needed to do some editing on, and I was like, oh, can't even find it. Never mind. Oh well. So I do need to do that. I've got someone here coming at noon, and I have not provided too many meals for Rick over the last 4 or 5 weeks he's been there. But he lost a considerable amount of weight, so we are really trying to make sure he does eat. And today's lunch is Big Mac casserole, which sounds so horrible. I can't even imagine. Although 2 days ago, lunch was Sam burger casserole, which was some sort of burger helper kind of a thing. I think it was like a really bad version of what I would think of as American chop suey that my mother used to make. It's just basically elbow noodles and some sort of sauce on it. So I made a potato egg bake from Diet for a Small Planet a few days ago. I'm gonna heat that up and bring it over.
Oh, good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it is a good one. I love it. We used to make it a lot when the kids were younger. But
for meat eaters, my sister gave us a recipe. She calls it cheeseburger bake, which may be what this casserole, which is you got the meat and the bread and the cheese, and then it's an egg milk.
Oh, egg. Oh, that might be. Yeah, I had seen that.
And then it's baked. It's really good if you can eat meat and cheese.
I told him to not reject the lunch and get it, because he also gets a good dessert. He gets like what they call magic ice cream, which has more calories in it, and Boost pudding, which is basically pudding made from Boost as opposed to milk. So it's got more in it. And he has gained some weight, but he's still only at 141. He's down from 155.
Wow.
That's a big, he went down to 138. So that's why so much focus on getting him to
Well, yeah, he needs to get his weight back.
he needs to get that weight back, and he needs to get his I think some of it's also just muscle mass from having like
Not
when he
moving.
was in the hospital, and then in the 2 weeks he was here, he could barely move. I mean, he was just exhausted and confused, and yeah. So the PT folks have been good, but that's still only an hour and a half a day, and we try to walk him, around the halls a little bit otherwise, but it's nothing compared to what he used to do. So anyway.
I hope it improves.
What a journey.
Yeah.
And can he handle stairs now?
PT said he is really good at stairs. Yes. And they want him to do that because they feel like they want him to continue to have that capacity and not lose it. But they were upset that he didn't use the walker in his room and that he took that little spill. And it was a spill. I mean, it wasn't a slap fall down. It was like, he went kind of to the side and then down on one knee. So nothing got hurt, nothing got bruised, but scared the bejeebus out of everybody, apparently.
Yeah.
And the 2 CNA students who were in there, oh my God, is it our fault? It wasn't their fault. But a regular nurse might have said, use your walker in the room. But the PT had been saying he's getting good at not needing it. Although legally in a place like that, you have to use it because falls have, they have to report falls to the state.
Right.
That's
right.
So,
every fall is it's a whole lot of paperwork for the fall.
It's a lot of paperwork. I don't know what they called yesterday. They called me right away, but I was literally walking in the door. I couldn't figure out why I was getting a call while I was talking to the receptionist about his paperwork for something else. But anyway. But then I have to do the nurse has to meet with me this afternoon around different kind of things he needs, right? Because he's got wound care and catheter care and God knows, and all the medicines he takes, which has really been increased. So anyway.
Hang in there, Joanne.
I've not done the flow. I'm sorry, I'm not doing the form at all, but I'm doing what I can. And I really struggle with making sure I could get to this hour. So I'm really glad I did.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here.
And, it'll be a little easier once he's just like here in the house, right? Like by next
because you don't have to go anywhere.
Come right away because we've got to really be here, not leave him for very long. I'm worried that I'm going to take all the car keys and keep him in my backpack or something, right? Like I'm worried that he'll get confused and think he can drive or think he can do something that he can't do. So we don't want to be gone from him for too long for the first couple of weeks anyway.
No.
I have a conference I have to go to on Saturday. So the kids are going to be here for 12 hours with them, taking turns with them because I'm out at 7:30 in the morning and probably won't get back till 7 at night. It's only in Middletown, but I've been working on this since fall. So, and I'm doing presentations. So I got to go.
Yeah.
And I have to have my own life.
Yes. Yes.
Sure. Like, Carol, it's hard to kind of fit in sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, remember me?
Well,
and what is my own life?
Right. What is that? Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. You have your own interests and things you need to do and want to do. Okay. So I'm gonna go do the thank you. Well, hopefully yes, David, we have the oncology appointment at 10 tomorrow, so I won't be at meditation.
Well, we're starting into inner dissolving, so but I will record.
Ooh. Please do. Yes.
Yeah, I will.
Yes, I will definitely look at that. Okay, thanks.
Do the notes.
Yes, good. Yes, thank you. Okay.
And I won't be here next week because my family's coming.
Kids.
Oh,
Got
right.
the kids this week.
Okay.
Great. All right.
Good.
I will hopefully. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.